So, I want to talk about the importance of hearing the stories of people who have healed and recovered from the same illness or pain you're suffering with. But first, hi, I'm Jenny. I overcame years of debilitating chronic illness and now I coach women back to chronic wellness. So, when you're really sick, especially with some weird mystery illness or chronic pain condition, it's really easy to believe that what's happening to you is unique, right? Like your case is somehow the worst one, the weirdest one, or the one no one has ever figured out before. I was sure of it. And that's why it is so powerful to hear real stories of people who have actually gotten better. One of the things that helped me the most during the darkest part of my healing crisis was listening to Nicole Sachs's podcast, The Cure for Chronic Pain. So, Nicole's practice, what she calls journal speak, was my second big breakthrough. And in the first couple of episodes of this podcast, she explains how journal speak works. But then after that, it's just like a massive library of episodes where people talk about how they recovered from all kinds of illnesses and pain conditions. And honestly, some of these stories are insane. Sometimes people come on after they've healed to tell their story, and other times she actually does like a live coaching session with someone who's still in the middle of it. And when I was bedridden, I started at the beginning and I just started listening and I listened to all of them, every single one. And, even the ones where people had completely different issues than I did, which, by the way, is part of the reason I have a really broad understanding of the kinds of issues that people deal with and am able to coach them effectively. But what her podcast did was show me something really important. People are healing from everything, okay? Back pain, pelvic pain, IBS, migraines, fibromyalgia, anxiety, strange neurological stuff, random shit you've never heard of, like burning mouth syndrome. That's a thing. People have healed from it. So if you're sitting here thinking, like, yeah, but what I have is too specific, nobody has recovered from this, I promise you're probably not as unique as you think. Someone out there has dealt with it and has gotten through it. Another place I saw this was in the medical medium community, which was my first big healing breakthrough. And there are multiple Instagram accounts where people just share their recovery stories and how they use his food protocols. And even just watching the videos that he makes, about diet, nutrition, and disease. These videos were very inspiring because it reminds you that there are actually things within your control. What you put in your body matters, especially when you're sick or in pain. There's also apps like Curable, which a lot of people use for chronic pain and nervous system regulation. I actually started it and then ended up focusing more on other tools. But that said, I know it has helped a lot of people. And they also have an audio library and podcast where people talk about their healing journeys. And then lastly, at least in terms of podcasts that have helped me, there's We Can Do Hard Things with Glennon Doyle. Now, this is not specifically about chronic illness, but it's all about women navigating really hard things in life. And it's just consistently incredibly compassionate, like supportive messaging. It's really soothing. And so the reason all of this matters is that when you hear enough stories of people getting better, it starts to rewire your brain, right? You go from thinking this is hopeless to this is possible. And for me, hearing those stories wasn't just helpful, it was the thing that kept me going when I felt like I couldn't do it anymore. So if you're struggling right now, I really encourage you to go find those stories. Fill your brain with them. Let them carry you when you can't carry yourself. And if you or someone you know needs help navigating chronic illness, my information is in my bio.